Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have my girls Liz Roundtree. We have my girl Lucretia Wilson. And you know what we talking about today? How do you press through scary situations? Things that you might not feel like you can do, but you know it's in your spirit to do it. It could be starting that new business, starting that new relationship, writing that new book. But the question is, first question, how do you press past yourself to do it? Even when you've never done it before.
Okay, so for me, because I now keep a book with my long term, short term, day to day goals and to do items, if it's lining up with what I'm supposed to be doing, I just have to face that fear and say, this is the outcome you want, so this is what you need to go through. And then sometimes that helps you monitor things because things come up that are not for you, that
Okay.
you should not be doing.
Right.
So it kind of helps you say, I'm not going to do that. But this, even though it's scary, I'm going to press forward.
How do you differentiate between what you should be doing and what you shouldn't be doing?
For me, I go off of energy. I go off of my spiritual connection and communication with God. And you can determine, like, is this really right? You know what's not right, what's good for where you want to go.
Okay.
And so sometimes you have, and sometimes you make wrong choices.
Okay.
Sometimes it's a fail. Okay, that was not what I should have been doing.
Okay.
And you kind of regroup and move forward.
How do you regroup from a fail? What do you tell yourself when you have fallen short of your goal?
For me, I found out the really hard way that if I don't learn the lesson, I'll fail again.
Okay.
So I try to really learn the lesson. Like, this is not what I should have been doing. Let's see what lesson I was supposed to learn so that I can move forward. So I analyze everything. Probably overanalyze, but learn the lesson.
Learn the lesson. Kiki, how do you press forward? Because you've been doing a whole bunch of stuff here lately. You've been to you've won, you've garnered a lot of awards, been asked to do a whole bunch of stuff that maybe you're not used to doing. But how did you talk yourself into doing the unfamiliar?
Because I reflected on what my life was before,
Okay.
when I wasn't pressing forward, when I wasn't doing the elaborate things, and I looked at how much stuff I actually missed out on by backing off or making excuses or, saying, not today. And I realized how much further along I could be in life if I would say yes to those things. And honestly, our book clubs we've been having lately, our couch meetings, everything that we've been doing lately has impacted my life to the point that I'm like, those dreams that I had or have are attainable. And so I'm focusing on the end game. I'm focusing on where do I want to be and what is it going to take to get there and to stay there.
Do you have to make yourself uncomfortable? Do you find that at times you really have to make the effort to stretch past your degree of normalcy?
Absolutely. And along with that, with making myself uncomfortable, that falls into so many categories because I know some of the things that I'm doing and where I want to go, it may involve me telling my family, I love you, but this is something I have to do by myself. They may want to participate in different things that they're not able to, but I have to tell them, I'm Lucretia Angel, so as such, I need to move forward in this manner or that manner. It's going to benefit us all in the end, but I have to step out whether you like it or not.
Have you ever found yourself being, in a sense, feeling alone? Because sometimes you can have a certain vision, and sometimes as your support team, they might not get it, but there's an obligation there. How do you, like you were saying, how do you differentiate between Lucretia Wilson, Lucretia Angel? How do you differentiate between Liz Roundtree, the person, and Liz Roundtree, TLC? How do you press past being alone, but yet having to press as if basically nobody gets it, but it's my obligation and responsibility to do it anyway.
I know for me it's hard. Like, I've had to make choices to not attend certain family functions because I have other obligations. And I've really, lately, I'm in this stage of I don't want to keep explaining why. Because I'm focused. Like, this is where I want to be. Multi-millionaire. The multi-millionaire cannot always attend family functions when she needs to be doing something else. And if they don't get it, I can't make them get it. So I have to just be focused on I love them, but they don't understand.
And you probably been accused of being uppity, snotty,
You work too much.
you work too much.
You're gonna die alone.
You're gonna die alone.
Because you work all the time. It's more to life than working.
There's
I said,
more.
But it's not this 9 to 5 work. You
Right.
understand?
Uh-huh.
It's not I'm going to sit behind a desk and that is it. Yes, I call it work, but this is building my foundation to the multimillionaire.
Right,
So if I need to show up and do what I'm asked to do, that's what I'm gonna do.
right.
That's what I'm gonna do.
How do you handle being mom, being wife, versus being author, business person? How do you feed both without starving out the other?
For me, the biggest part is I have spent so much time being wife, being mother, being daughter, sister, everybody's everything. And I myself got lost in the shuffle. So I had to just look at myself and realize I'm important. I'm the most important for me, because husband can leave, children grow up and they leave home, and then if I don't focus on myself at all and continue to just be their everything, then there's nothing left for me. So then I had to make myself a priority, and by making myself a priority, then that enables me to be a better wife, to be a better mother, because I can do more for you if I'm happy with myself. You know, if I'm able to say I'm living my dreams, then I'm encouraging you to live your dreams as well. And so I had to tie it all in together.
Have you ever lost yourself in other people's dreams or expectations of who they thought you should be?
Absolutely, without a doubt.
How so?
In a previous relationship that I had, because of the position that he was in and what his dream was, I was so caught up in helping to make his dream a reality that I hated myself. I hated my life. I hated, I mean, I loved people that I was involved with, but I hated my reality because it was his dream, it was his life and not mine. And so because of it, I was made to feel less important and, you know, treated as less important. I'm just a support person, and you just die inside. And I got tired of dying. I was like, it's time to live.
How about you, Liz? What was life like before the vision, before the TLC, before wanting to be the multimillionaire that you strive to be? How was life?
Life for me, single mother, very proud of that fact, but wanting to fulfill this image of you're a single mother, so your life has to be about your daughter. And it never really coming from my daughter, because now she's 19, we have these conversations, but my life was, you work hard to take care of her. That's all that matters. That was one of the reasons I never really dated. She never really saw me with anybody, because it was about, the expectation is you're a single mother, you have a daughter, you take care of her, and that's it. And in the last, I guess, 5 to 6 years, that has changed. And it doesn't take away from me being a mom. You know, it just, I think that it adds to it, because now she gets to see my mom out here working, doing whatever she needs to do to get to that multi-millionaire level, and she appreciates it, and she's like, Mom, I'm so proud of you. So that's amazing for me to understand that, you know, I'm not that everyday mom like Kennedy. We don't have that type of relationship, because she's like, Mom, I know you're out here doing what you need to do. So she tells me I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do, so you don't have to worry about me, so you can do what you need to do. So that's kind of awesome, teaching her that early on.
You know what? And that's how we're going to wrap up the show. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope this has blessed you because, again, you have two awesome women giving you words of advice on how to press through new and sticky situations. So we bid you adieu. Have a great day.